Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Southern Santa Piper. I'm your host, Kenny, and today I am smoking one of my old Stanwells. I've mentioned before that I've got a love of both British and Danish pipes. This one came to me in pretty rough shape. Stem was totally green. This was kind of a ugly muted brown with lots and lots and lots of lava flow around the rim. Didn't really look really good. I picked up this pipe very inexpensively. I want to say it was around 25, 30 bucks. Needed a little bit of work. I restained this pipe. I restained this with magic markers. After I cleaned the pipe with my typical with Murphy's oil soap and cleaned out the inside of the bowl with some salt and alcohol, I wiped down the outside of the bowl again with some 95% alcohol, and I restained it. Restained it with two different markers, and then what I do is I lightly rub off any extra with a microfiber with a slightly damp with rubbing alcohol. I rub the whole entire thing down with the mineral oil, wipe off again any extra dye that's left on there, and let it set, and then I just buff it out. Buff it out with a cheap buffing wheel and Carnauba wax, and I think it turns out okay. Today, we are smoking in this another one of Tim's blends, and I made a correction yesterday. You'll hear a speak over on that of the pronunciation of his last name. We actually talked yesterday afternoon. He wanted to make sure I got his blends okay, which I did. And it's Tim Wein's blending, and this one is Frodo's Delight. I noticed the majority of his offerings were in the aromatic range, and while I enjoy aromatics as well, I'm a real fan of really good English. So I decided I was going to try this. Based upon the tobaccos, and let me read the description. It is toasted Cavendish with Latikia together with Burley, sweet Virginia, and some aged Virginia for an outstanding English tone. Because of the addition of the Burleys in here, May would consider this an American English blend. And okay, I'll go with that. I guess I can have in the last name of Canterbury. I can probably identify as a English American, even though genetically I'm more Scottish, so I don't know how I would identify. Maybe just American. But this particular blend smells sweet. There is a slight, ever so slight, smoky note. Not really a campfire, though. More kind of that smoky meat smell that I get from something like this, which is Star of the East Flake. It is definitely of very premium aged Virginias that I can smell in here. I don't know what a secret is, but they smell really, really good. I can smell the sweetness from the Virginias as well. Color-wise, it is kind of your typical black and tans. My wife thinks they all look the same, and she wouldn't be wrong. Many tobaccos have a very similar appearance. But this one has got nice shades of light brown and caramels and darker browns and blacks. It seems to be a pretty well-cut ribbon. No stems, very, very, very clean tobacco. At least my particular few ounces that I received is nice, clean tobacco. I would normally say tin note, but I'm going to say bag note. The bag note on this, from the Burleys, I'm getting that light kind of cocoa-y hint. I've got that smoky, kind of that smoky meat. I've got a almost like a sweet honey coming from some of the Virginias. I'm not smelling any toppings. Maybe kind of a slight bourbony type smell. Hard to say, but we're going to give this one a shot. We are going to give this a shot. Wow. This pipe smokes effortlessly. Yesterday, you see me get on a little bit of a tangent on a 7LE that I had smoked, and I was disappointed on the draw of the pipe or the airflow in the pipe. I had a hard time wrapping my mind around the idea that a pipe that new is over $200, and that particular 7LE is a Punta Oro. I don't think that any of them are under 200. I may be wrong. I'm not a retailer, and I tend not to buy pipes new, but I do look at new pipes. I buy a lot of estate pipes. But even in the estate pipe range, it's not uncommon to find many of those well over 120, 130, or $130, not thousand. But this pipe, it's a sub $50 pipe, and everything about this pipe smokes better, way better air draw. Very similar bowl shape. That one was a bent shape, but theirs was more of a bent pot, and this is a straight pot. I love the grain on this. If you all haven't figured out by now, I pick out a lot of pipes based upon how beautiful their grain, and this one's got just a gorgeous grain. This tobacco is surprising me. Just coffee with cream, no sugar. I want to cleanse my palate a little. Wow, that is really good. I was actually expecting this to be probably similar to like Squadron Leader, or even the blend number 5 that I had reviewed in the last week or so, last week. And because the Latikia doesn't really set forward in the tin note, but this is extremely well balanced. I would definitely put this in the same kind of category of those who like, let's say maybe like Shepherd's Pie from Country Squire. It's got a creamy mouthfeel, and I think part of that is not only from, sometimes I'll get that from Latikia, but I think the Cavendish in this, I'm pretty sure there's either stoved or steamed Virginias in this. There is no Orientals in this at all. So I really think the Burleys are kind of balancing these in a way that is different from a lot of other American English blends that I've tried. A really good one for the dollar value, really good, is Missouri Meerschaum's American Patriot. This reminds me similar to that, but it is more mellow. I'm not noticing any of the sharp edges that I get on that a little bit, especially if I smoke a little too quickly, which I tend to do during these videos. But absolutely lovely, very well balanced tobacco. I would definitely put this in my top 10 of English pipe tobaccos, maybe even my top 5. I'll have to smoke more bowls of it to give you a definitive if I would put it in my top 5, but just from my initial smoke, it would be in my top 10s of English tobaccos. Fantastic, fantastic smoke. I'm always amazed when there are smaller blenders who are doing really good things. I try to support those. I mentioned that yesterday. I think it's a good idea for those of us in the pipe smoking community to try to support local mom and pop shops, support small blenders, small pipe makers. Nothing wrong, guys, with supporting any of the big guys. I'm not saying that. Nothing wrong with it. Big companies can make some great tobaccos, some great pipes. I have just as much love, if not a greater love, of production pipes than I do of even hand-built pipes, because I find them consistent. Consistent is a key to me. I want to be able to pick up a pipe, and every time I pick up one of their pipes, know that it's going to be a good smoking pipe, regardless of its shape, regardless of its finish. If I buy a particular brand, I expect it. And again, that was kind of my disappointment yesterday. Stanwell. I have never smoked a bad one. I have some of the more common, like Silk Series, and I have a few of their vintage pipes, some of their patent number pipes. I've got, I think my oldest pipe from them is from like maybe the 40s. But they have all consistently been really exceptional smokers. They smoke well, they smoke clean, they smoke all the way down to the bowl. I get a nice even char. And now this one went out because I'm talking too much. But again, smokes very, very nicely. Nice pipe, nice tobacco. It's a gorgeous, just absolutely perfect Sunday afternoon. I was a little concerned earlier because it was when I first got up this morning and it was kind of dreary and cool. It was raining some. Later today, I've mentioned before, we've got this organic farm close to us. Harbison Farm in Spar, Florida. Really good people. And besides having a farm, they also do some catering. And for our Valentine's Day meal tonight, we are getting stuffed lobster tails from them. Obviously, they don't they don't harvest the lobsters. They don't go out hunting. These are Maine lobsters that they have brought in fresh. And we're getting stuffed lobster tails, and they do a bunch of sides. We typically either go to a French restaurant or Antonio's Little Italy, which is in Micanopy, Florida. Little Italian place, reservations only. Chef Antonio is incredible chef. I think he's been here in America about 8-9 years now, and him and his wife own this place, and next to it they own a place called Speakeasy, and it's sort of right in the middle of like farming country, so there's not a lot around us, so he gets a lot of business, and really exceptional food. Not Italian when you think of Italian in like your like chains. I mean, yeah, you can get some pasta dishes, but his veal is out of this world. His fish is out of this world. I would recommend anyone in the area who goes there get their specials, because he's just fabulous. But we tried again to support kind of local people, and these guys are just a fabulous farm and I'm really looking forward to a early Valentine's Day meal with my wife. She's actually just coming back from Orlando right now, so she should be back shortly. Next week is my wedding anniversary, and we'll be getting another meal from the same place instead of going out. We decided instead of going out spending a lot of money, to take that same amount of money we would spend and try 2 meals from this farm and see how they do. I'm sure they're going to be excellent. I'm sure you'll hear me ranting and raving how wonderful my meal was with them in upcoming videos. You'll notice I talk about food a lot. I'm a big guy, but I've lost 100 pounds. Food is something I really enjoy quite a bit. My wife and I are both really exceptionally good cooks. I would say she's a better cook than I am, but I'm a pretty good cook. So I have a pretty high bar on what we like to eat and where we eat, and I don't enjoy a lot of places outside the house because the quality of food is not nearly as good as what we can produce. But we do enjoy it. It's nice to get a day off from that, especially when you got lots of other stuff going on. But the point I'm bringing on all this is that we should be taking time for ourselves to enjoy the things we like in life. Whether that's pipe smoking and a pipe you really like, a tobacco you really like, a food you really like. I'm a big believer in anything in moderation, and I believe that you should enjoy the fruits of your labors and the wonderful things that life has to offer. Don't cut yourself short. I've got friends who are so cheap they squeak. I have friends who never treat things for themselves. They always do for other people, and they're very generous and kind-hearted and good people. But it's also important that you take care of yourself and you enjoy the things in life that you do. Whether that's taking time to smoke a pipe, whether that is hanging out with your bestie at your local pub, whether that is spending the Sunday afternoon at a church picnic, hanging out with many of your close friends, or simply walking around a state or national forest and enjoying the beauty of nature. Whatever it is that makes you happy, do it. Life is short, people. I cannot point that enough. It was a huge realization I had after my heart episode 2 years ago. And I think it's important as pipe smokers that we remember that. Because sometimes I think we want to rush what we're doing with smoking a pipe, or maybe like some cigarette smokers, just some people smoke a pipe just to get like a nick fix. I don't care about the nicotine. I'm a former cigarette smoker. I don't smoke high nick in anything. The lower the nick, the better. High nick, I don't like how it tastes. I don't like the pepperiness of nicotine. Not the pepperiness of the tobaccos, but of the nicotine. I don't like many of the qualities that nicotine has. So I try to avoid high nick blends. But we should enjoy what we like. So if you enjoy a high nick blend, smoke a high nick blend. If you enjoy an English blend, smoke an English blend. If you enjoy an aromatic blend, smoke an aromatic blend. If you just want to smoke straight BCA, God bless you, smoke straight BCA. But we should enjoy what we want to enjoy, never let anyone influence those choices for us. That's all I got for today. That's Kenny's words of wisdom. Thank you so much for joining me in another episode of Southern Santa Piper. I really enjoy doing these. Right now I'm enjoying doing them almost daily, pretty much daily. We'll see how long the daily thing lasts, but I enjoy spending time with y'all and giving you my opinions on my pipes and some of the tobaccos I like. I hope you enjoy the pipes that I bring out and the tobaccos I smoke, and maybe we'll both learn some things from each other. I know from some of the comments alone I've learned some new things. But that is it today. If you like this channel, please hit the like and subscribe. Hit the notifications so you know when I have new video being released. I'm also on Facebook and on Instagram. Give me your feedback. Tell me how I'm doing. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you want to be seeing from here. I'm all new to this, so I'm all ears. Take care and have a very blessed day. Bye-bye.
In my dreams, it's still the same. Your love is strong, it still remains.